One of the greatest Stoic philosophers, Epictetus, famously remarked, "What matters is not what happens to you, but how you react to it." Imagine using this knowledge as a barrier against the turmoil of the world, particularly when interacting with challenging individuals and narcissists. Stoicism is the solution for anyone who seems to drain your spirit, whether it's a family member who feeds on drama, a supervisor who enjoys demeaning you, or anyone else. This secret weapon allowed the Stoics to stand tall and unflinching in the face of adversity, not only to survive. This is about arming yourself with mental armor, transforming Stoic philosophy into a barrier against the negativity that narcissists love to spew, rather than fighting fire with fire. We're not merely revisiting the past today, rather, we're applying ancient Stoic tactics to contemporary titans. Using Stoicism to go past the emotional minefields that narcissists create. This video is your guide to not only surviving but thriving among them. Imagine turning their attempts to make you feel uneasy into chances for your own development and tranquility. Let's explore these Stoic ideas together if you're prepared to live a life characterized by fortitude and calm despite the chaos around you. You can develop a resilience that no narcissist can break by comprehending and putting these 4 crucial tactics into practice. Please do not skip this video in any way, that is all I ask. You've already distinguished yourself from the throng by coming here. You are not merely here, you are here to change things. Let us now bring it to pass. 1. Reduce the role of the narcissist. Ignoring the narcissist in the hopes that they would go away is not the same as minimizing their influence in your life. It's about taking back your energy and focusing it on the things that genuinely make you happy. If your mind were a garden, would you want to water the flowers or the weeds? You are losing out on fostering your passions, dreams, and joy every time you dwell on their words or deeds. Choose to give the flowers some water. This change takes time, but with every deliberate decision to put more emphasis on your development than their turmoil, you're setting the foundation for a more vibrant, healthy version of yourself. Setting limits is a meaningful declaration of self-respect, rather than merely a protective move. Consider it like establishing the rules for a game in which you are the referee and the player. What is and is not permitted in your place is up to you. Remind the narcissist of your boundaries in a calm but strong manner if they attempt to cross them. This is about respecting your well-being, not about conflict. This may occasionally entail saying no more frequently or removing yourself from emotionally taxing situations. It's necessary, not selfish. You and everyone around you learn via this process that your peace cannot be compromised. Think of it this way: every insult and every deceptive move from a narcissist is like a pebble in your shoe, annoying indeed. However, you can choose to stop and shake it off, or continue walking despite the discomfort. You're not ignoring the issue when you deliberately decide to lessen its influence. Rather, you're addressing it strategically. According to a quote from Seneca, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This serves as a reminder that our expectations and anxieties might exacerbate the misery we experience when interacting with the narcissist. By acknowledging this, we have the option to concentrate on our responses and mental health, which are under our control. As you navigate this, keep in mind that strength comes from the consistency of your commitment rather than the volume of your acts. There is so much more room in your life for the things that really count when you let go of the impulse to manipulate or alter the narcissist. It's about making investments in fulfilling activities, relationships that make you feel better, and personal development that gives you more power. This is about maximizing your own potential, not merely reducing a negative effect. You are the only one who can really protect your priorities, which are your growth, pleasure, and tranquility. With confidence and clarity, embrace this journey, understanding that each step you take will lead to a more resilient and fulfilled version of yourself. 2. Examine their idealized self. It takes tact to peel aside the layers of someone's inflated self-image, especially if they are a narcissist. Really, it's a subtle art. Consider yourself a detective in a society where your most effective weapon is questioning. You are there to find the truth, not to level accusations. Simply posing queries such as "how did you arrive at that conclusion" invites them to a point when the focus abruptly shifts inward, going beyond merely looking for solutions. This is meant to inspire a moment of sincere introspection rather than cast doubt on their ability or accomplishments. It's a practice that can yield significant insights for both you and them if you approach it with interest and without passing judgment. Going further, keep in mind the Stoic principle of concentrating on our controllable circumstances. Although you cannot alter a person, you can alter the way you communicate with them. Instead of rolling your eyes or becoming angry when the narcissist begins their typical tirade of self-praise, take it as an opportunity to learn patience and empathy. This strategy indicates that you're picking your battles carefully, not that you're giving in. You don't have to play the game on their terms when you engage with their story by asking insightful questions. It's about preserving your tranquility, your inner stronghold against their ego's siege. Your defense is to adopt a posture of aloof curiosity. The goal is to avoid becoming blinded by their brilliance, not to lessen it. By gently challenging their stories, you're strengthening your own fortitude in addition to exposing flaws in their exaggerated sense of self. This approach is a means of gracefully navigating through their illusions rather than directly challenging their ego. You discover a way to peace in this dance of wisdom and diplomacy. By using the contact as a chance for both of you to improve, you're thriving rather than just getting through it. Knowing how to encourage change via introspection rather than opposition is the essence of great wisdom. Keep in mind that the objective is to modify the way the narcissist story affects your reality, not to change them. That would be an impossible feat for most mortals. The Stoic practice of prose, or the skill of attentive awareness, is the foundation of this understated yet effective tactic. Every encounter becomes a chance for development, introspection, and preserving your inner calm when viewed through this lens. You're providing a light for others who are caught up in their own delusions, not just protecting your peace. This method not only lessens their emotional control over you, but it also shows the way to understanding and perhaps even self-discovery. 3. Seek therapy to advance your personal development. Dealing with a narcissist can be like being caught in a never-ending emotional roller coaster. However, the actual game changer is not conflict but rather focusing on yourself, which is where your real power is. Take up treatment, a seemingly inconspicuous but incredibly transformative action. It's about using your bravery to delve deeply and illuminate the shadowy areas of yourself that you've avoided. Therapy is your battlefield, where you defend your inner peace rather than engage in conflict with others. In the desert of self-doubt, you discover that the pursuit of outside approval is a mirage. Finding the bravery to start therapy is similar to opening a secret door to personal development. It's not about altering other people, particularly narcissists, whose behavior is beyond your control. Instead, the emphasis moves to your inner landscape, which is the one terrain you can actually control. Seneca once remarked, not in these exact words, but in essence, that the strength comes from appreciating what we have and making good use of it, not from having everything. This insight leads us through therapy, where acknowledging that our present difficulties are transient ones illuminates the way to personal growth. It's a courageous step that requires the courage to confront our weaknesses and turn them into assets. It's a process of regaining our independence and unlearning the ideas that kept us stuck in destructive patterns. Here we write our story, not someone else's story, but our own, shaped by our pleasure, values, and passions. It's about creating a stronghold of self-worth that is impregnable by outside forces, demonstrating our tenacity and the transformational potential of introspection. As we set out on this journey of self-discovery and therapy, we affirm our autonomy from the narratives that have been forced upon us. By creating a life that aligns with our innermost truths, We take control of our destiny. Hope abounds on this path, serving as a beacon that leads us back to our true selves, alive and unfazed by the hardships we have encountered. Through therapy, we embrace the Stoic idea that our greatest freedom is found within ourselves, the freedom to live a life that reflects who we really are, to choose how we respond, and to create inner calm. Regardless of the difficulties that lie ahead, this route is a fearless affirmation of our ability to recover, develop, and flourish. 4. Manage your reactions to preserve your mental space. It's like learning to be quiet in a hurricane to protect your mental space from a narcissist's mayhem. They enjoy inciting a response. They feel powerful when they watch you lose control. Your hidden weapon, though, is how you react. According to Marcus Aurelius, you won't feel hurt if you choose not to be hurt. You haven't been hurt, therefore don't feel that way as you choose your course of action and maintain your composure in the face of the assault. Embody this. Imagine for a second that they are using all of their greatest strategies, including manipulations, provocations, and the full 9 yards. However, you remain steadfast and unfazed by the storm. It's similar to witnessing waves crashing against a cliff. You accept their existence, yet they are unable to disturb your tranquility. This is the key to managing your responses. It's not about suppressing your emotions or acting as though they don't exist. It's about acknowledging those feelings, taking a minute to collect yourself, and choosing not to give them the gratification of witnessing your distress. Consider yourself the steady eye of a hurricane, unfazed by the chaos swirling around you. That's how effective it is to regulate your reactions. Being a chess master in a world that never stops whirling is similar to this tactic. You change course and pick your moves carefully when a narcissist tries to checkmate you with drama. It's about giving the space between action and reaction some breathing room. Your strength lies in the silent pause that indicates, "I see you, but I don't play by your rules," rather than in the quick retort. This silence is your stronghold, your epiphany. It's the point at which you determine that your tranquility is too valuable to be disrupted by the chaos of others. How do you turn this into a reality then? Have a little tenacity mixed with mindfulness. Accept the Stoic practice of introspection as a ritual as much as a task. Make it your daily act of defiance against the cacophony. Responding in a composed and detached manner not only preserves but also enhances your mental space. You're demonstrating that you alone are in charge of your inner world, which is not only strong but also freeing. Realizing that the serenity within cannot be shaken by the commotion outside is the first step towards stepping into our power. We've covered strategies today that will not only help you comprehend the narcissist's strategy, but also give you the fortitude to resist their attempts to disturb your tranquility. You have strong, self-aware roots that are impervious to the winds of manipulation, like a tree standing firm in a storm. Your path to preserving peace in the face of chaos is about more than simply getting by, it's about thriving. By putting these ideas into practice, you're paving the way for a life in which your inner tranquility is unassailable, a sign of your development and knowledge. Remember to keep these lessons in mind and use them in your everyday life as we look back on our journey today. If this message resonated with you, please hit the like button, forward this video to a crew member who may be facing comparable difficulties, and leave a comment below saying my peace is not up for negotiation to reaffirm your will to lead your own ship. Your participation enables us to connect with more people who are looking for strength and clarity. Get more information that explores the core of personal empowerment in depth rather than merely skimming the surface by subscribing. For additional advice on remaining strong and unflinching in the face of difficulty, look through the playlists on your screen. Keep in mind that while the path to self-mastery is a continuous one, each step you take will make you stronger and more at ease.